welcome back to the channel. Got Zoey's car coming in. We got to tear it back apart and replace the variator drive plate. We got the stock one that we borrowed at the races on right now, and we need to figure out why it chewed all these teeth off. I'm thinking this is just too soft of aluminum, and maybe she got too much traction or something, or too much heat, and it ate it off. So we need to tear back into it. I got a titanium one coming. Hopefully that one will hold up better. And we got to check and see what it did to the stock one too, if it ate through this one. But we're making progress on her time. She cut about 3 seconds off in the last race. So we're going to make a few other changes to try and get her closer to that podium position. So let's wheel it in and get to tearing it apart. Hey, what's up guys? So we're gonna start taking Zoey's RZR apart to put some of the parts on that I ordered. Got her new drive face, and after doing some math, realized we get her a better gear ratio by going down a couple inches in her tires. Since we are limited by the stock sprockets, we have to run them. We're gonna go back down to 20-inch tires, and we might have to add some weight back into her variator, but it's all stuff we'll figure out. I think she'll gain a lot more in the low end, which is what she needs. And then we're gonna do a little bit of weight reduction. And we're gonna remove this whole piece here, that piece. Cover down here, we're gonna go to a non-O-ring chain, a little smoother and not rob any power. We're gonna get rid of her e-brake and take her headlights out, and I think that's it for now. Like I said, I got parts on the way. I'll update you as they come in, but you've seen me tear this clutch part enough that I'm just gonna snap right into it, and we'll come back when it's tore apart. Well, here's a familiar sight. Got her RZR tore apart again. We got a new drive face to replace the stock one that we went on. We also got our new tires in. We're going down to 20s, so I'm gonna add a couple grams back into our clutch just to make sure that we're accounting for that. But I'm gonna pop this off and make sure to strip this one too. So we'll check on that here. It's on this one. Didn't strip those gears off, or splines. Still not sure what caused that other one strip. I'm assuming it was just made out of bad material or something, weak aluminum. But got this one, it's forged titanium, so let's see the weight difference on it, and we'll get it put back together. Alright, so the stock one weighs about 186-ish grams. It's about 40 grams lighter, so very big difference. So get it slapped on. Got the weights swapped out. We're going back to an average of 14 since we'll be changing our gear ratio pretty significantly, and we'll see what happens. Today we're going to get her tires changed out. Got everything ready. She's got some new tires. These are the tires we went with. 20-inch Sun Fs. They should be pretty good tires, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Alright, I didn't hear any pops, but put some water around the bead. I don't see any bubbles. It's not losing any air, so I'm gonna say we got away pretty easy on that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock these other 4 out, do a quick time lapse for you. We'll get them back on the car. Tires mounted and on. They definitely look a lot smaller, but hopefully it helps her out. I also just ordered new shocks. Hopefully they get here before round 3. These worked great to start out with, but she's at a big disadvantage. All the other kids are running Elkas and Walker Evans Racing shocks, and she's just running Raptor 660 shocks in the front and Suzuki LT 400 shocks in the rear. So as far as adjustability goes, there really is none. So we ordered her some Walker Evans Racing shocks. Hopefully they get here before round 3. And I got a new chain that I gotta still put on the back. We're replacing this factory chain. It uses O-rings in there. The one we got is non-O-ringed. So it should just make the car not work as hard to turn everything. So it should be a decent upgrade for it. And then we'll see what happens out of round 3. So stay tuned, we're gonna keep working on it, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, we got new shocks and a new chain to put on Zoey's RZR. So we're gonna go ahead and get it jacked up and get it put on. Get this old nasty suspension and chain out of here. Two shocks side by side. You can see the difference. Getting a lot more adjustability. Hopefully it helps her out. All right, we get the fronts on there. Looking pretty good. All right, watch out, buddy. Let's drop it down. Still need to settle, but can't wait for her to get home and try these out. We got 2 more to put on the rear, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, we got all our shocks on. Sitting way better than it was on the others. Got the fronts adjusted a little bit. We might still have to do a little more, but we'll wait till she gets back and sits in it, sees it settle. Still got a little bit of positive camber. Trying to get rid of all of it. A little lower, a little brown. The rear looks pretty good. Still got to swap out that ugly chain, but we'll see how it rides. Should be back in a few days and be able to test it. So we'll get to swapping this chain and we'll check back in a bit. Here's the old chain. You can see how bad it looks, how worn out. I don't know if it'll focus. How worn out some of these O-rings were. So hopefully going to this nice new non-O-ring chain will help a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this sprocket cleaned up because it looks pretty dirty. And get this thing slapped on there. The new chain is on. Just spinning it freehand, you can already tell the difference in how much better it spins and rolls freely. Got a few more things to do to it tomorrow. We'll put it all back together and trim away some of this extra bracketry that isn't needed anymore. And Zoey will be back this weekend and we can take it out and see how it feels. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, we got everything done so far that we wanted to. We don't have a rescheduled date for round 3 yet, but at least she's ready for when they do. Texas just released their schedule, so we'll probably just finish off in Texas. But it's looking good. Colson's testing it out. We go pick up Zoey today, and then she can take it for a little test drive, and we'll let you know how it goes. Until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And we'll see you in the next one.